Welcome to the first production of WW News.
As my colleague JT just said, this is our first ever news broadcast.
Now let's see what Coach Saucier has to say about the football team.
How do you feel about the way the squad is coming together so far?
Well, I think it's pretty good so far, considering last year when we started practice, we had about 30 guys out here, and by the time this year with that first week where we couldn't actually practice, we had 61. So I'm really excited what we have numbers-wise this year. We've had a few guys quit already. I said football is not for everybody, but I'm really excited about what we have. A lot of the guys that have been here have been very committed. We had good numbers this summer.
Okay, that's good. Who do you think will be our toughest competition this year?
Well, everybody's talking up Wyandotte, the big bad Bulldogs over there with a couple D1 players that they got. We had them last year. We had a couple unfortunate calls go against us in that game. But everybody's predicting Wyandotte to be league champions this year, but not if we have something to say about it.
Confidence. I see we have a vast amount of seniors on the team. Who do you feel steps up as a senior leader on the team?
Marvin Bowens was the first name that comes to mind. Marvin and Shakir Love are two seniors, put in the time this summer, been here this summer, and those are the guys that we count on. Marvin's come a long way since the first time I've met him to being a true senior leader, a guy that you can rely on day in and day out, leading the young guys, being positive, but also a guy that we're going to rely a lot on the football field both ways.
Are there any players that you think may continue to play next year at the college level?
Definitely. Shakir, Marvin are two guys that come to mind at the seniors. Derek Jones is another senior. When you come, three guys that have been in this program. Anybody that wants that opportunity, we're going to try hard to get them, get them noticed by coaches. But they got to put good film on for those college coaches so they notice it. But I would say Shakir and Marvin for sure. Maybe Derek Jones if he wants to continue, and those guys, the world is at their fingertips.
What do you think some of our strengths and weaknesses are?
Well, strength is we're going to be very, very young. I think we only have, 6 or 7 seniors. Shakir, Marvin, Derek Jones. I know I'm forgetting a couple of other guys that have been here. Raymond is on there, but we don't have a ton of seniors with varsity experience, so we're going to be very junior heavy. Definitely have some sophomores will step up. We'll even have some freshmen that will play this year, which is very rare. So definitely we'll be inexperienced at our youth.
Okay. What type of skills do you emphasize in practice?
Fundamentals every day, man. Fundamentals and accountability. Football is a game of inches. Football is a microcosm of life skills. So we try, our motto is taking young boys and turning them into men, and just being accountable. So fundamentals is what's going to make us better.
Do you have any other comments or statements you'd like to make about the team?
Just come out and support us this year. We're going to put a great squad on the field for you and be ready to go. And let's get this happening. Thanks, JT.
We interviewed Ms. Gunter, the head coach of the volleyball team, and she had a lot of good things to say about the team.
I think there's always room for improvement with any athletic.
And, okay. Who do you think was your best player last year?
My best player last year? Well, I coached junior varsity last year, and I think one of my best all-around players was Sayana McGee. I can really put her in any position and know that she's going to do a great job. But kind of my standout and surprise player was Jasmine Davis. I'd never seen her play sports before, and she ended up being a really great outside hitter for us.
And will we see any of those two on varsity this year?
I certainly hope so.
Hopefully we'll have a good season this year.
Mr. Fox has a lot of good things going on, such as his magazine Unplugged with his amazing advocates.
Hello, this is Willie Toller reporting live from Mr. Fox's office, and we are here today to ask him just a few questions about him and the organization he calls Unplugged Washington. So, Mr. Fox, how was your last year as doing Unplugged? How did it work out? Or was it anything that inspired you, or did any kids inspire you at all?
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. I knew that it was going to be fun going into it, but the first issue we started in February, we had about 20 students, 15 to 20 students, and we got some beautiful poetry, we got some great artwork. It's mainly from students who I knew in advance, so I kind of knew what to expect. And then each issue, as it went on, we had like 20, and then 25, and then 30, and then over the course of the whole semester, we had, I haven't done the math in a while, but like 75 students contributed. We have 1,000 students in this school, so that's almost 10% of the school were involved in the zine, and it's so heartening to get a poem from a kid I've never met, and it's touching, and it's suddenly I'm reading this work and I feel somehow vaguely responsible for it. It is really the coolest feeling. But we have a lot of amazing poets, including yourself, at this school, and I think we need to do a lot more to tap into that. So.
All right. So would you speak on saying that the class is based off of a teacher feel or more of a student environment?
There's a little bit of guidance on my behalf, but it's mainly student run. So I'd like it to be as student run as possible, but you know, I need to remember things like if we're creating a literary magazine for school, when you submit work to a real literary magazine, you don't ask the people submitting work to create the whole thing. Like, they don't have to worry about distribution, finding paper, making copies, that kind of stuff. So that's where I kind of come in, and some really enterprising students we have come in also. But the creative focus is on the students. Yeah.
So do you happen to regenerate Unplugged for Washington again this year, or would you happen to do it this year?
Definitely. I'm thinking maybe September. I wanted to do August, but September will probably be the first issue. I'm going to put some flyers out here pretty soon. I guess I'm on the news right now, so if you're watching, give me some poems, you know, that'd be great. It doesn't have to be poetry. It could also be fiction. It could be paintings or drawings or comics, but you'll be hearing more about it here pretty soon. We're going to have an issue a month. So.
All right. It was nice talking to you and getting full scoop on the information.
Thank you.
As you know, Mr. Jackson, the speech teacher here at Washington High School for a while. He has taken over a new role as theater/dramaturg.
What made you want to do theater?
Well, theater was requested through administration. I have a theater background, and so it's been a while since I taught the subject, but I like communications in general, and it's a performing arts, and it gives chances for students to communicate in other ways besides giving a speech. So you really can have more fun with the class if you look at it.
So, what are your goals for theater? What do you want to do with the class?
Really, I'm looking for better communication, but participation and possibly where students can find an interest, because we have other outlets within our school, from our theater productions, some of our concerts, and then even some other opportunities for upperclassmen as they graduate. So just getting them more interested, involved, and that would be good.
So do you think you can do like theater next year? Is that something you want to do, continue doing?
By the looks of it now, with the participation, it could possibly be. I think we have a lot of talent here at Washington High School, and I think partly my job is to kind of stir up that talent to where it can be visible, and we kind of feed on each other. So that is definitely a vision of mine, is to continue it, to keep going.
All right, that's it.
All right, thank you.
My fellow colleague, Cullen Brown, interviewed Mrs. Smith for cross country. Let's see what she has to say.
Okay, my first question is, how do you feel about the way the squad is coming together so far?
I am sad that Tyler moved, because I was excited to have Tyler back again this year. So we're sad to lose him, but we do have you returning, and we have another senior returning, which is exciting. So we've got a couple seniors, we have a few underclassmen, so I feel like we're coming together pretty well.
Who do you think will be our toughest competition this year?
Probably ourselves, because we need to make sure that we, you know, give every single practice our best, that we run hard at every practice, run hard at every meet, because I think if we do that, then we'll be fine. But sometimes we have trouble finishing things completely, so I think that will be our toughest obstacle this year.
Okay. How many seniors are on the squad, and how do you feel about their leadership?
Right now, I think we only have 2. So, and last year we had one, Chris Hullaby, that did finish the season. He's coming back as a senior. He did a really great job staying positive and working hard for the whole season last year. So I'm hopeful that both you and him will be able to do that this year.
Are there any players that you think may continue playing next year at the college level? Or running next year?
I don't know. It depends on if you and Chris wanted to do that. I mean, you guys are only seniors, so I think I think especially probably the potential is there if you guys had that desire.
What do you think our strengths and weaknesses are as a squad?
I think that our weakness would be, you know, finishing every practice and every meet with pretty much 100% effort. I think our strengths are that we have a lot of fun. So we do, in a pretty challenging sport, we manage to have fun at practice most days. We have a lot of fun at meets. We have a lot of teamwork and a lot of sportsmanship, so we cheer each other on and have a good time. So I think that's probably our biggest strength, and it's not always there with a cross-country team. I think that's kind of cool about our team.
And what types of skills do you emphasize in practice?
Endurance, persistence, work ethic. Those types of things are really important with cross-country, probably more important than raw talent, because really if you're a hard worker that will give it your all, you can probably be really good at cross-country. You don't have to have an enormous amount of speed or an enormous amount of raw talent to come out and be pretty good at cross-country.
And do you have any other comments you would like to make about the team?
No, I'm excited. I think we have a small team, but a good team, and I'm excited to see what you guys do.
We also have Willie interview Miles Azza for boys soccer, and he is very confident in his team this year.
Right, so how do you feel about the way that the squad is coming together so far this year?
I'm very excited about the squad. We've got a really good crop of freshmen coming in, probably the best crop of freshmen that I've had since I've taken over as coaching here. So they were dedicated from day one. They've been here for all the camps during the summer. I'm seeing my upperclassmen, I hate to say it, but slacking off compared to my freshmen. I've got freshmen kind of telling them what to do, and it's exciting. So I think overall the team is moving in the right direction. So I'm excited about the team.
So who do you think will be our toughest competition this year?
Year in and year out, typically Harmon is our toughest competition. They're the powerhouse of the league, much like Washington's the powerhouse in the basketball realm. So Harmon's always going to be difficult. Wyandott's a pretty good team. Out of district, though, we've got a couple games that I think are going to be tough. Topeka West, and we also play Topeka. So I think both those teams, and we match up with Bishop Ward again. They took it to us pretty hard last year, so the guys are pretty excited about trying against them this year, getting some vindication.
So what do you think our strengths and weaknesses are on the squad?
Strengths would be speed and ball movement. I'm trying to get the team kind of, I watch a lot of Premier League soccer, and they pride themselves on passing the ball very well. So one of the things that we worked on all summer camp was passing the ball better, and they're really, really getting better at vision and passing. And then the speed is just much better this year than years past. And top to bottom, my forwards, my defenders, everybody, they're partially in better shape and just partially better athletes.
So what type of skills do you emphasize in practice?
Basic ball skills like trapping. I'm big on the trapping. They have to be able to trap the ball well because possession's huge. Also, finding proper passing lanes is always good. Proper defense, don't overcommit. But when it comes down to it, touch skills and ball skills, like being able to control the ball fluidly, that's what I'm really hoping from this team this year, is that the other team can't take the ball away from us as easy as they have in the past.
Got it. So do you have any other comments you would like to make about the team?
I would just probably tell other schools to watch out. Washington's been overlooked, and we've been building every single year on our wins. Like, not only have we been building as a team, but the wins have gone up. We broke the record of most wins last year with 5. Not the greatest, but we're building every single year. So I would tell the teams, watch out, we're coming. And the school better watch out. Slowly and surely, we're going to become a soccer school, I'm telling you.
This is it for Wildcat News.